All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Woo! Welcome to Goodwood University office hours. Today we got a good one. We're going to be talking about the morning routine that you need for your morning wood, which is really important because basically, if you don't have your that routine together, then you're going to be routinely doing something incorrect. And that's not a good thing because as we talk about all the time over here, we're talking about patterns and what you do on a regular. And if you can hear me, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what's going on, where you are from, because we're going to dive into this really quickly. And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and this is Goodwood Office Hours. Goodwood is an all natural liquid formula, but it's a supplement. It's supposed to supplement the other things you do, and this is where we talk about the other things you can do so that you can get the morning wood that you deserve. So let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section, and we're gonna uh, have ourselves a good time here right now. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So, when we're talking about your morning wood, we're talking about the morning routine that you need to have so that you can get to the highest level of sexual performance, of your sexual health. And I'm going to go into talking about the men's performance scale. That's a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means everything works. 5 means that you're unreliable. 1 means you need to go to the hospital. And this talks about, when we're talking about your morning wood, we're talking about what you need to do to set yourself up for it. And so, this is really important. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't done it already, go hit that like button, that subscribe button, so we can get some more other guys to know about this. So let me just go over the sexual performance scale really quickly. Hey, what's going on, C? Jacksonville, Florida, in the house. So the sexual performance scales, the scale I actually came up with this because as I was coaching guys, talking to guys, and trying to figure out exactly where they were. I wanted to be able to quickly figure out exactly where they were, and typically just give them a way so they can scale. They can figure out themselves where they're at. And so, as I mentioned before, that 10 means that everything works, and that's what we talk about in terms of morning wood, because we have it's levels to this. So, 8 means that you're 8 means that you're 8 or 9. Basically, we're talking about you're good. Everything is working. You're good. Typically, when you're slipping into a 5, 6, or 7, that's when you start wondering, like, hey, what is going on? And then below that, you go to if you're going below a 5, that's where you're dealing with ED. What's going on, Elvis? In the house, Philadelphia in the house. Good to see you, bro. Um, and so, the idea is to put yourself in a situation where you don't have to worry about where you are at the scale, because you're sitting there at 8, 9, and 10 all the time. And that's what we're going to talk about, because that morning erection is a sign that you're healthy. Actually, the way a morning erection works, you have four to five erections every night. This is just the way it's supposed to go. That's the reason why sleep is really important. Uh-huh. That guy L is official, is in the house, California in the house. Um, when we're talking about getting to that highest level possible, you have to be get that sleep in so that you can get to that fifth erection. That fifth erection is actually the morning erection that we're so used to. It also helps if you have somebody around you who's stimulating you as well. Um, and that's the reason why you're having all this process going on, because your testosterone is building while you're asleep, along with your immune system and your human growth hormone and everything else. So it's really helpful. That circadian rhythm, that thing that just wakes you up in the morning, whether it's from sunlight or the sun just touching your skin, will actually let your body know, hey, it's time to get up. That's the reason why you pay attention to your morning erections. And I've talked to guys who can't remember the last time they had a morning erection. That's not the greatest thing to situation to be in. All right, Mr. Campbell, O'Neill Campbell, Salem, North Carolina, in the house. Yes, see, South Africa. JT J10H. What's going on, man? ah, there you go. Let's go ahead and say this. It's good to see you again, sir. Unc, I'm waking up every morning with morning wood. Right on. I'm 31 and active with the weights. Yep. But I find that I can't get a great sleep the night before. It can sometimes not be there when I wake up. Yeah. Yeah, that sleep is really important. Um, Part of the morning erection is everything. It's the setup. It's what you do before that. So let's talk about some of those things. Because the goal is to create a routine that you can use on the regular. You don't even have to think about it. This is just what you do. Because it's all about being consistent. This all this is. The pattern has to be consistent. Because when you're one of the first things when you're waking up, what you need to do is just program yourself for the day. Go into meditation. Just what are the dreams, the things that you're looking forward to getting done, and the next 5 days, the next 5 years, the next 5 minutes. You need to have all of that together. Um, One of the things that you really want to do when you're waking up with your morning routine is to wake up at the same time every day. If you can get that going on, you also preferably you're not waking up with an alarm clock. If you could just wake up by yourself, that's actually a lot easier for your body. It's a lot less stressful. And the reason why you're doing this is obviously you're setting up yourself up the night before, but that morning routine actually sets you up again for the next night. And that's the reason why we're talking about this. um Also, first thing in the morning, do not just start looking at your phone, hopping on the computer, and all this other kind of stuff. You want to give your brain a time to actually not get stressed, because your testosterone levels are high. And cortisol is part of the wake up process. So you have your cortisol is waking you up, and your testosterone is continuing to grow. And if you're stressing yourself, you're overloading yourself with that cortisol. You're lowering your testosterone. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Okay. Um, you can do your meditation, you can review your goals. All those different things make a difference. So let's get into some other things you should be paying attention to when you're getting up that morning routine. Intermittent fasting. If you do your intermittent fasting, basically you're saying don't eat for 16 hours. So if you go to bed, well, not go to bed, is if your last meal is like at 6 o'clock, then you can wait till 10 o'clock the next morning to eat. If your last meal is at 8 o'clock, adjust it for so you can get that 16 hours. Once your body is used to that schedule, you're clearing your body out, you're allowing your body to digest the food that's already there. You're setting yourself up. It's all about setting yourself up. And remember, when you eat, as soon as you eat first thing in the morning, as soon as you eat, your body has to take care of what you just ate. So your testosterone levels are not going to continue to go up. That's the reason why, the more time you give your body to digest the food, realize it needs more food. It's like, oh, we need more food. That means we need to dial up more testosterone. We need to dial up more testosterone so we can go kill, hunt, dig, whatever it takes to get more food. So your body's pre-programmed with this. It's already set up. You don't have to worry about it. Uh-huh. All right. C says, what's going on, Mr. Anderson from Virginia? Um, 53. 52. I feel you, bruh. Have morning wood, very active weight training plus cardio, but have severe um, PE. Doctor said my mind is stuck in quickie mode. Premature ejaculation. All right. Yeah, yeah. I'll talk to that. We'll talk about that in a hot second. Also in the morning when you getting fasted workouts, I tend to do all my workouts first thing in the morning, whether I'm walking, lifting weights, doing HIIT, whatever I'm doing. That works out well. And remember, we're in fasting mode, not starving mode. You don't want to set yourself up for failure by just waking up first thing. You haven't eaten in a while and you're doing a heavy workout, and you it's kind of counterintuitive. You're not working correctly. Also, you do not need a protein shake first thing in the morning. Some people just refuse to give up on the protein. I had one this morning. See, but once again, your body is already good. If you're doing all these things we're talking about, you already got the energy. The protein shake isn't necessary unless you're a professional bodybuilder and you need to, do that all the time. Also, the high intensity interval training is going to help with your testosterone, and that's really important. And the most important thing about the high intensity interval training is the intensity. The more intensity you have, the better your workouts end up being for you. Also, obviously, I'm going to say it. Take Goodwood. And if you're older, you can take Goodwood Advanced. We have it at givegoodwood.com. And the reason for that is because this formula is designed to increase your testosterone, and it's also designed to increase your stamina, blood flow, erection strength, everything. It's all a part of the entire cycle. So that's a part of the morning routine. If you're fasting, this just remember, uh, Goodwood or Goodwood Advanced, it will break your fast. It's because it's alcohol, and therefore, it depends on what type of fast you're doing. I won't getting deep into it, but um, there's fasting, juice fasting. That's the type of fasting, and there's water fasting. If you're doing a water fast, brushing your teeth will break your fast, and also taking anything over 10 calories will break your fast. If you're doing a juice fast or something like that, I do herbal fasting. You know, I still take the different herbs, the ones that don't upset my stomach. I typically do it in powder form, because it's less intense for my stomach. If you haven't eaten, all of these things add up. All these things add up. This is what you want to do. All right. Uh, oh, for those guys who just joined in, my name is Brian. This is Goodwood University office hours. We do this 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and here for your questions and everything else. Please go ahead, hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Got any questions? Hit me up in the comment section. And also, what you eat when you finish your fast is very important because your body is being programmed by the first thing it comes in. Your stomach has no eyes, has no sensory, isn't thinking the way you do. It just sends you signals about what it wants. And so you have these cravings, especially if you're eating something sugary first thing in the morning, you're going to be craving something sugary for the rest of the day. So that's the reason why when you're coming out of your fast, I just broke my fast a good 20-30 minutes ago. Um, with watermelon, sweet potato, and a salad. You know, my body's set. It's like it has the nutrition that it needs to be powered forward, and so therefore, I would have less cravings throughout the day, and that gut bacteria is happy. um, and just a reminder that if you're eating breakfast, you got that sugary breakfast cereal, or you're eating that meat, it's not setting you up for success throughout the day or that morning erection. So those are the things that you need to do in terms of that morning routine that's going to set you up. What is it setting you up for? Is for better sleep. Also, the circadian rhythm in terms of like some other things you can do is go for a walk first thing in the morning, get that sun on you. If you go before you go to sleep, in the evening time, go out there and walk, get that sun on you. Really, the issue is that we have been pre-programmed not to succeed correctly with our erections. It's that simple. And the reason why is just because of this, the lights, cameras, action, phones, and all the other things that we are interacting with, we're out of sync. So everything I'm talking about is putting you back into a normal routine, a normal flow that's going to be helpful for you. I also talk about this often. We talk about this with Goodwood Advanced, and it's about right here, Goodwood Advanced. Uh, when we talk about Goodwood Advanced, part of the reason why we added stinging nettle in there is because as men get older, our body starts going through a process called aromatase. So typically in your 20s, you got all this energy. 30s, yes, you got energy, but it's slowing down. You hit your 40s, it's like, whoa, whoa, well, this is slowing down too fast. I'm getting unreliable, all this other kind of stuff. That's when the Goodwood Advance needs to kick in. The reason for that is because it's the stinging nettle is going to stop the aromatase. The aromatase is taking your testosterone and turning it into estrogen. That's what we're trying to stop. That's the reason why people, as they hit 40, 50, and 60, the decline starts going down really quickly. It's because your body's producing less testosterone, and also it's changing it's changing the testosterone you have into estrogen. So that's the reason why you have to be very careful. But if you're doing this morning routine, yeah, it's going to help. It is going to help. Um, so yeah, let me just run it down really quick. For me, this is what I do personally. I get up. I try not to have my alarm set just because yeah, it causes some issues. But as soon as I wake up, which is typically around 5:30, I'm going to my meditation, thinking stuff like that, getting out of the bed. I make my bed every morning, just it's just a routine thing. And then after that, getting clothes on, hitting the gym time, do the gym, come back. I still got other routines just so I get into my day. And a part of that is, just understanding that once you're setting yourself up for that, the day is going to repeat itself. That's the whole thing. That's the reason why you want to get that routine. And of course, like I said before, when it comes to breaking my fast, fruits and vegetables, great for you. All of these things are set up for you to win. It's set up for you to have a good night's sleep, and so you can get even better. So there we go. Uh, but yeah, you got any questions? Go ahead, hit me up in the comments section, and let me know what is good in terms of what you can do in terms of optimizing your sleep. Actually, hold on a second before I go into that. I wanted to jump back over here, talk to C real quick. All right. So 53 has morning wood, very active weight training, but severe premature ejaculation. Doctor said my mind's stuck in quickie mode. All right, cool. Let's talk about that real quick. So there are a couple of things you can do. I would actually suggest ginger tea. Let me see. Do I have my ginger tea right here? Yep. Got my ginger tea right here. Um, and ginger actually is great for circulation, great for digestion. It also helps you, um, helps in terms of, it has a bunch of different chemicals in there that actually help with, antioxidants that help with your testes. That's going to help with more testosterone production. And one of the things about premature ejaculation is stamina. Obviously, you want to be able to last as long as possible. Um, you know, Couple of things with that. One, as I always say, foreplay is for men. So, the more it sounds counterintuitive, but the more foreplay you have, the more testosterone you build up, the more stamina you have. Sometimes you think like, if I have more foreplay, that's going to make it, you know, make it easier to come too early. Yeah, you want to get that stamina in there. You want to get that testosterone. Yeah, and it also gives the build up is more enjoyable for both of you. So, and also that ginger tea will help you with your stamina as well. That's one of the reasons why and ginger is in Goodwood. So, yeah. Um, and also just wanted to jump back over to J10H. Uh huh. Yeah, that what did want to point this out. Like he says, if you don't get that great night's sleep before, it can sometimes not be there that morning would. So it's all about that sleep. That whole thing we just talked about, that setting up your morning routine, setting up for sleep, is it actually works very well. Also, one of the things that we've been talking about more and more now is incorporating stacking using more and other different herbs. That's the reason why we talk about the ashwagandha, the black maca, all these other herbs that you can find on Give Good Wood. We're actually going to be adding more herbs on there because I've been going through the process of just taking as many of these things as possible, and it works very well, extremely well. So I always go with Good Wood as the basis because it has 8 different herbs in there, but I've been adding in different singular herbs one at a time just to see the effects, and the effects are astounding, wonderful. I'm doing things I haven't done since I was 25. So there you go. So all right, guys. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can, go ahead and shut this down. I'm gonna be hopping on tomorrow as well. So check me out then. Um, you know, I think the topic we'll be talking about is women and taking supplements. And can women take good wood? Yes, yes, they can. Yes, they can. It has a wonderful effect on them. They just can't take it well. They shouldn't take it as often as we take it, because it is increasing your testosterone over a period of time. And just so we're very clear, that difference between women and men, women have 20 to 70 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone, where men have 300 to 800 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone. So uh, when they get this extra testosterone in their system, woo, watch out. Watch out. So we'll talk about that a lot more tomorrow. So there we have it, guys. Any other questions? This typically happens right before I get off. People's like, I got this question. There we go. All right, Vance asks, how is Goodwood Advanced better than Goodwood? All right. Let me go ahead and answer that. Um, so Goodwood is made up of 8 different herbs, and these herbs work in conjunction to increase your testosterone and your blood flow, giving you the stamina, everything that comes along with testosterone, along with including, better, stronger, harder, longer lasting erections. So Goodwood Advanced is for older gentlemen, so we can stop that process of aromatase, where your testosterone is being converted into estrogen. When you have that, because guys, I've taken more Goodwood, um, the formulas than anybody else on the planet. And so I saw as I got older, I'm talking about since the age of 25. As I got older, I needed to take more and more. And it's like, what's going on? Why do I need to take, a little bit more extra? And it was because that testosterone was being turned into estrogen. So now with the Goodwood Advanced, it stops that process. Uh-huh. All right. All right. Great question. Thanks a lot. O'Neill, thanks for the info. Hey, you got it, bruh. J10 H, good to see you again. Mr. Randy Watson. Oh my God. Let's talk about the video, the last, what was it, chocolates, sexual chocolate. Yeah, we made a sexual chocolate smoothie. And yeah, Mr. Randy Watson in the house. The greatest love of all. All right. So all right, fellas. Until next time, this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.